In this video, there's on-screen text that is written in the Dena'ina Athabascan language. The voice that speaks those words will be different than the voice that provides the rest of the audio description. When on-screen text in Dena'ina is read, it'll sound like this. On-screen text. They are making round knives. Thank you. Small waves move across the surface of a lake. Vegetation in the water tosses in the breeze. Two people paddle a tandem kayak, their strokes in sync. On a gravel beach, young people tend a number of small smoky fires. A boy kneels next to a flat piece of metal. He twists a piece of antler back and forth through a hole in the metal. A girl sits on a log next to a lake and fashions a basket out of birch bark. A group of teens and adults sit on a gravel beach working on crafts. A woman stands on a rise, holding a drum over her head, and hits it with a drumstick. On-screen text.
Quk Taz'un.
The sun is rising. Dena'ina Outdoor Learning Camp. A drawing of the sun rising over a forest of trees. A historic photo of 6 Dena'ina people standing outside a logged fish cache.
Our ancestors survived in some of the harshest environmental conditions and developed an interrelated knowledge system that instilled expertise and skills for their survival. Our ancestors also thrived in this environment.
A historic photo of
Quk,
also known as Quk. A number of log buildings sit at the foot of a mountain.
A vital part of this system revolved around health and well-being through direct relationship with the Dena'ina.
A historic portrait of Dena'ina people standing in front of loaded fish racks. On-screen text.
Dena'ina.
Meaning earth.
Dena'ina is part of the northern Athabascan culture.
A group of youth and elders walk on the beach. On-screen text.
Quk Taz'un.
Place where people gathered lake. Known today as Lake Clark.
We are of Dena'ina descent, and our ancestors have lived in the Quk Taz'un area for thousands of years. Quk is the resting place of our ancestors.
A historic photo of residents of Quk gathered outside their church. On-screen text.
Quk.
Known today as Quk.
We feel the sacredness of this place when we are there.
A weathered Russian Orthodox cross lays across the ground.
Quk Taz'un Outdoor Learning Camp is held at our ancestral home of Quk. Quk is a sacred place that represents a life way before outsiders came into the region and a crossroads for change.
A woman kneels, working in a pool of water on the shore of a lake.
Although the changes were positive in many ways, these changes also suppressed and replaced a cultural knowledge system and lifeway.
A river empties into a lake.
This has instilled a sense of disempowerment, which has been passed on generationally.
A man lights a bundle of sage in a fire. Standing, he uses a feather to waft the smoke from the bundle over a girl.
We have coped with the symptoms of this pain in many ways, including a high rate of alcoholism and drug abuse. Through healing, we take ownership of who we are and reconnect with our own inner strength. Learning from and honoring the knowledge of our ancestors as well as incorporating new techniques, the Quk Taz'un Outdoor Learning Camp was created to support a safe environment that offers tools for well-being and promotes a relationship with the Dena'ina for the younger generation.
On-screen text. Wild celery ceremony. Youth and elders peel pieces of wild celery and toss them into a lake. The sun rises over the water, surrounded by mountains. On-screen text. Learning our heritage. group of young people stand in front of a group of seated elders. Karen Evanoff.
I'm very excited about the camp and how well it's going this year. This is our first year having the camp. And excited about the 12 students that are here. Quk Taz'un, meaning the sun is rising. I feel like our students, to me, I see them as the sun rising, as young leaders.
Ada Trifon.
It's very important that you learn about Quk because this is where we originally came from. And it's very important that you learn about yourself and your people.
A group of youth and elders hike through a stand of trees. Pauline Hobson.
To learn our culture, language, to preserve it. We want you as the younger generation to remember you have learned in Dena'ina and to pass it on to the younger generation.
Anthony Trifon.
I think Quk Taz'un camp is good. It's a good learning opportunity and it's fun.
Campers work an archaeological excavation with trowels and a sifting screen. Clarence Harriet.
My favorite part is the talking circle, archaeology is pretty cool, and, I want to go to it, because you can find some ancient stuff that are in the ground, learn about the past.
Elders and campers work together to make birch bark baskets. On-screen text. Making birch baskets. Anthony Trifon.
I think it's important that us younger people are learning from the elders about our Dena'ina culture.
Velma Beluda.
I would tell some other kids, our ancestors, how they make birch baskets, getting how to make medicine, or drink tea, or making homemade scrubs.
On-screen text.
Quk Taz'un.
Collecting driftwood.
And getting water, and how to catch fish, and get a lot of food for the winter and summer.
Harley Trifon.
I would recommend the camp to other kids because they would learn new things and learn how to keep the planet clean and how to survive in the wilderness.
A man holds a bundle of smoking branches. On-screen text. Make a fire. Harley Trifon.
I enjoyed yoga because it helped me clear my mind and focus on one thing.
Campers stand in lines on the beach doing yoga. On-screen text. Yoga. Tristan Evanoff Stickman.
I like making the knives, fish cutting knives, and hiking back to the research house because I'm really curious what we find under the ground.
Students work with grinders and Dremels to shape fish cutting knives and bone handles. On-screen text. They are making round knives.
Well, we found a can shaped like a spoon, so we think somebody tried to make a spoon out of a can because that's what it looked like.
Campers use trowels to dig inside a small area demarcated by string. On-screen text. Learning about our ancestors.
Well, we used a metal detector and we found 7 places, so we digged up one. It took about 3 hours.
Dave McMahon.
I'm an archaeologist, and I love working with young people to explain to them why we do archaeology and what it can tell us.
Campers sift material in a screen.
I've been working with Randy and others to do archaeological survey, and it's great to be able to take some of you folks out to show you the homes of your ancestors.
Jaden Evanoff.
I like it a lot, and I like having a lot of fun, and the classes are very educational. My favorite class is going with Randy up to the ancestor house up at my evil creek.
On-screen text, a version of the evil Creek
Suttu.
meaning story.
The priest put everybody in the water because they wanted to get baptized to Russian Orthodox Church, and he did, and a evil monster made a scary noise in the middle of the night, and then the creek dried up and never flowed again.
Darius Harriet.
My favorite thing that I've done so far at camp was the Dena'ina language. I think that is very important to start, for kids to start learning, because kids aren't really getting into that anymore.
Pieces of bark with Dena'ina words painted on them. On-screen text.
Dena'ina khnaga dokhtildak.
Learning the Dena'ina language.
And if we don't start getting into that, then it's just going to go away.
Karen Ivanoff.
The language is very important. The language is the foundation of our culture, and a lot of our language revolves around our land and nature, and our language helps us to see the world different.
Campers and elders walk through a meadow of waist-deep grass.
And vital that we all work together to preserve our language, that we utilize the elders and fluent speakers we have to continue and pass on to future generations.
A teacher stands in front of a group of campers with the Dena'ina alphabet behind her. Darius Harriet.
I know a little bit here and there, but I'm still trying to get fluent at it. I hope someday that I'd be a fluent speaker in the Dena'ina language.
Michelle Ravenmoon.
I think the Quk Taz'un camp is really important because it gets young people out in the wilderness, and it
An elder talks with a group of campers sitting on a log along the lake shore.
helps us gather together, elders and teachers, instructors, out in a magical place such as Quk, a historical place where we can learn about our culture, we can learn about our history through archaeology and anthropology.
Campers cook breakfast on a portable grill with an adult providing guidance. On-screen text.
Quk Lach.
Cooking.
And we can learn about each other and how to work as a team, and just spending time outdoors is really important. So for all those reasons, I think Quk Taz'un is a good camp.
Karen Ivanoff.
What's been really important to me and what I've been learning more about is the meaning, and I think sometimes we overlook the meaning of parts of our culture.
Campers listen to an elder tell a story.
Like listening to Helen from Lime Village telling a story, and talking to the students the other day. She talked about, especially in the evening, she said even the trees could hear because everything has a spirit.
Campers, adults, and elders stand in a circle and dance.
And so the meaning in everything we do, I think, is really important because it provides guidance for us, and it provides discipline, and it helps us to be strong, and it also helps us to develop roots in growing into leaders.
A still lake reflects the trees, clouds, and mountains that surround it. On-screen text. For the future. On-screen text. He/she is tanning a moose hide. Dave McMahon.
I think it's extremely important. I think young people need to know their roots and where they came from.
A group of campers stand in a circle and toss another camper in the air with a piece of tanned moose hide.
To help guide them to the future.
Ada Trefon.
The language, respect, and where you came from. It's very important because this is where we started from.
Campers and elders carve boats, spoons, and other items from wood. On-screen text.
Vargas Qilchi.
They are making a boat. Butch Hobson.
Yes, it is. The young people can learn. And this place is a good place here because this is an old site. Here's where the people used to live a long time ago.
Karen Ivanoff.
We would like to provide for the youth is to help them be good leaders.
Campers serve food to elders around the campfire. On-screen text. Elders eat first.
And well and healthy for future generations.
Campers skip stones and fish on the beach. Michelle Ravenmoon.
Being here makes me very happy. It makes me feel very peaceful, and seeing the students out here and enjoying themselves and having fun gives me so much happiness. And I'm very grateful to be here.
Campers lie on their backs in a group, laughing. Harley Trefon.
The way I would support the camp in the future is keep it clean and help teach new things.
A group of campers paddle kayaks along the shore. On-screen text. Kayak.
And learn new things from different people, from different villages.
Jaden Ivanoff.
They need cabins because the tents leak when it rains.
Dave McMahon.
I think it's a wonderful experience. This is the best time I've had in a long, long time.
A camper balances on a log, talking to another camper. Darius Harriet.
I really like this camp, and I want to see it keep going on in the future.
Max Chikalusian Jr.
Healing yourself is something like you guys are doing here at this camp here. The same thing, you guys are healing yourself. The days you guys been here, maybe 3 or 4 days, you guys heal some things that you guys were dealing with in here, and let that go and express it, and so that's real important.
2 campers look out from the top of a rocky cliff. Butch Hobson.
You guys doing a good job. We hope you guys just keep on doing this while every year now.
A girl stands smiling in front of a pile of driftwood she's collected. Pauline Hobson.
We think of healing. Very important to heal and be proud of who we are as a Dena'ina. Dena'ina Islanchida. I want to be proud of that.
A group photo of all the campers, elders, and adults with the lake and mountains behind them. Campers and elders set up large tents on the beach for a potluck. On-screen text. End of camp celebration potluck. Campers stand in front of a crowd of people with Karen Ivanoff, who addresses the crowd.
Been exciting to see the kids and how much they've learned and how much they've contributed to make this camp a success. And I see a lot of future leaders in our kids, and I feel like this is just a start. We had some tears. We talked about healing and how much our people need to heal and how important wellness is.
Campers sit around a campfire on the beach and listen to an elder speak.
And we talked about how our elders, 3 years ago, there were 30 elders who gathered, and they said the most important thing for our people is that we start healing together. And so we talked about that with these kids, and they were brave enough to share, some of them, and they supported each other. So they all deserve a big hand for what they've done this week.
Campers, instructors, and elders engage in a group hug. A montage of images. A line of aluminum boats pulled up on the beach. A large group is gathered for a potluck. On-screen text. Potluck. A teenage girl mixes food in a bowl. A woman reaches over and gently pushes the hair out of her face. A group of female elders sit smiling on a log for a portrait. A man stands on a beach, holding a rifle over his head as part of a welcome ceremony to visitors. On-screen text.
Is in.
Rifle ceremony. Side by side, pairs of people dance in a line. They file between two rows of people who sing and reach over the heads of the dancing couples to clap hands with the person opposite them in time to the music. On-screen text. Dance. On-screen text. Designated as a National Historic Landmark in 1994, Quk is the site of the largest known concentration of ancient Athabascan settlements. Quk is also a documented cultural landscape and is one of only 3 areas in Alaska with both designations. On-screen text. Youth campers recorded the majority of the interviews in this film. On-screen text. Credits. Quk Taz'un Outdoor Learning Camp is supported by a partnership between Non-Dalton Tribal Council and Lake Clark National Park and Preserve. 2015 through 2017 campers. Gwen Auberg, Ayana Anelan, Alexia Beluda, Cordell Beluda, Velma Beluda, Larina Bukovic, Larissa Ignati, Jaden Ivanoff, Lacey Ivanoff, Tristan Ivanoff Stickman, Carrie Harried, Clarence Harried, Darius Harried, Karina Jeffries, Michaela Joseph, Jonna Nanaluk, Kira Olson, Taya Olson, Anna Soul, Anthony Trefon, Devontae Trefon, Harley Trefon, Kiana Trefon, Ashley Wilson.
You, me. What? You, me. Oh, it's all of us. It's Creator bless you, Creator bless me.
Production.
Creator bless all of us.
Karen
Creator bless
Ivanoff,
this land.
Michelle Ravenmoon, Tiwa Srit Vaughn, and Lucas Westcott.
Yeah, we can,
Videography. 2015 campers, Hannah Craig, Karen Ivanoff and T. Wasserett Vaughn. Photography, Hannah Colton, Hannah Craig, Karen Ivanoff, Dave McMahon, Michelle Ravenmoon. Editorial, T. Wasserett Vaughn. Language translation, Mary Del Kitty, Gladys Ivanoff. Musical performances, Quk Taz'un Blessing by Michelle Ravenmoon with translation assistance from Aggie Alexi. Performed by Quk Taz'un campers. Amazing Grace, translated by Helen Dick, Pete Bobby, Gladys Ivanoff, and Andrea Ivanoff. Performed by Michelle Ravenmoon. Chayi Tu Lach, song by Alexi Ivan. Performed by the Quk Taz'un campers. Chinon for additional support to the Alaska Conservation Foundation, Alaska Native Fund, Bristol Bay Native Corporation Education Foundation, Quk Corporation.